What's up, everyone? Mr. NoobTube Gamer, giving you guys another Titanfall 1 gameplay commentary. Today we're playing Attrition on Corporate, and it's been a while since I posted some Titanfall content on the channel. I'm sure people are wondering, why am I playing Titanfall 1 instead of Titanfall 2? I know most people in the Titanfall community believe that the second game is a lot better than the first. I don't know, I just felt like I was in the mood to play the first game because I had it on Game Pass and I have it on the Xbox One. You still have a lot of players that are still online, and I also feel like Titanfall 1 is a lot easier and less sweaty than Titanfall 2, because, I mean, the way people play in Titanfall 2, especially on PC with the keyboard and mouse, it's crazy. They're moving around like they're on fucking acid, like they're running around super high speed. I can't keep up with them. So, yeah, Titanfall 1 is a little bit more casual and chill for me. So, yeah, I figured I'd play some Titanfall 1 for this video. And today I actually want to talk about the future of the Titanfall series, because it's been, what, 5 years? 5 years since Titanfall 2 was released back in 2016. So it's been a really long time since we've had a game in the Titanfall series. And I'm not counting Apex Legends because that's some Battle Royale shit. It might be based in the Titanfall universe. There's a shared universe between Titanfall and Apex. But Apex Legends is still not Titanfall. We all want Titanfall 3. That's what we care about. I know they've been teasing us lately. Oh, Season 9 of Apex Legends. It's going to be great for Titanfall fans because I guess they're going to add in some content from the Titanfall series. Maybe some weapons that we've seen from Titanfall 1 and 2. Some old characters coming back and coming over to Apex. But at the end of the day, we don't want more Apex Legends. We want Titanfall 3. We don't want Battle Royale. We want Attrition. We want Titans. We want everything that made Titanfall 1 and 2 special to be brought into a third game and for them to do even more with it. Like, that's what we all want. I don't understand why we haven't gotten to Titanfall 3. Well, actually, that's not true. I do understand. It's because Apex Legends is making them so much money, they don't want to make a third Titanfall game because it's a lot easier to just ride off the success of Apex and not release a Titanfall 3 because Apex Legends is still making them a shit ton of money. Why would they want to create a brand new game from scratch? And there's actually a good chance that Titanfall 3 may never happen. Even though Respawn is still creating other games, they created the Jedi Fallen Order game, that shitty Medal of Honor VR game. Why can't we also get Titanfall 3 is beyond me, but I feel like I kind of have an idea as to why, because Titanfall 1 didn't do that great. I think that mostly has to do with the fact that Titanfall 1 did not get a release on the PS4, which was the most successful and most played console at the time, so if you don't have a presence on the biggest platform, you're not going to take off that much. So they kind of fucked themselves with that. And with Titanfall 2, they also fucked themselves by releasing it in between Infinite Warfare and Battlefield 1. There was no way there was enough room for 3 big FPS games releasing around the same time. People are not going to buy all 3 of them, and if they have to choose, they're going to choose Battlefield and Call of Duty over Titanfall because Call of Duty and Battlefield have been around for much longer. They're more well-established in the FPS market, and people are not going to choose to buy Titanfall over Battlefield or Call of Duty. It's just not going to happen. So they fucked themselves there. If they released it like 6 months later in the spring of 2017, I feel like Titanfall 2 would have been much more successful, and we probably would have had a Titanfall 3 by now. That's what I think. I think the reason why it's been taking so long for Titanfall 3 is because, simply put, Titanfall 2 didn't do well enough for Respawn or EA to even think about making another one. But the thing is, that had nothing to do with the actual quality of the game. Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2 are both amazing FPS games that definitely deserve a sequel, but I'm not sure if we're ever going to get one, honestly. Considering how successful Apex Legends is and how they're just making so much money with that, I don't know if we're going to get one, honestly. I hope that we do, but the way it's looking, I am not entirely sure. But at the same time, I don't think all hope is lost, because, what was it, last weekend, Titanfall 2 had its highest concurrent player base on PC, which is incredible when you think about it, because Titanfall 2 has been around for, what, 5 years, so it's a pretty dated game. It's been around for a long time, but it also hasn't received a lot of new content in recent years. It's been pretty much abandoned for a while. It's not like Battlefront 2, which had consistent releases, consistent updates for what, like almost 3 years? It recently got discontinued, but they had support for a while. But Titanfall 2 hasn't really gotten any new maps, new game modes, new content, new patches. Hasn't gotten anything like that in a very, very long time. but people are still choosing to play it, and new players are coming in for the first time, which is amazing. I mean, the fact that Titanfall 2 is still very alive and healthy in 2021, it says a lot. I mean, for a game that was considered a failure at launch, and it didn't meet EA's expectations, and it didn't really make enough money to deserve a sequel, it's probably one of the very few games that came out in 2016 that still has a healthy player base. I'm pretty sure at this point, you got more people playing Titanfall 2 than Infinite Warfare or Modern Warfare Remastered. I'm not sure about Battlefield 1 because that game still has a lot of people online. I know definitely people still play Overwatch a lot more than Titanfall 2. But for most games that came out in 2016, Titanfall 2 has more players than most of them in 2021. So maybe because of the fact that Titanfall 2 is still alive, the Titanfall community is still very active to this day, that might persuade EA or Respawn, whoever's in charge of making the decision to start working on a sequel. They're definitely more likely to think about making a Titanfall 3, seeing that Titanfall 2 is breaking its all-time high player count even after 5 years. That's got to say something to them, right? You'd think they'd look at that and be like, oh shit, we actually can make a lot of money off of Titanfall 3, and the Titanfall 3 can be successful because Titanfall 1 and 2 are still making us money to this day. You'd think they want to capitalize off of that and be like, oh, if we make another game, we'll make even more money than we already are. I have no doubt in my mind that if they did go ahead and release a Titanfall 3, it would be a huge success. I mean, of course, that depends on how good the game actually is, because there's a chance that the game would be shit, and people are going to hate on it, but if they actually release a good game that builds off of what made Titanfall 2 great and make it even better, then there's no reason why Titanfall 3 couldn't be successful. I just don't understand what Respawn is doing these days. They released the Jedi Fallen Order single-player game, which is great, I love it, but usually EA thinks that, oh, single-player doesn't make enough money, like it doesn't make as much money as an online multiplayer game with battle passes and monetization, right? So they released a single-player game, and they released a shitty Medal of Honor VR game that everybody hates. No one actually likes that crap. But they're not giving us Titanfall 3. That's crazy. So forget about Apex. I know Apex is making them a lot of money, but if they're able to make Jedi Fallen Order and Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, there's no reason why they can't also make a Titanfall 3 sometime in the future. Maybe not next year or even the year after, but at some point, we need to have a third Titanfall game. It's ridiculous that it's taken this long to get Titanfall 3, but we just gotta keep hoping that it comes and also make our voices heard that we want a Titanfall 3. I think it's pretty clear already that we want one, but we gotta make our voices even louder to Respawn and EA that we want a Titanfall 3, and I truly believe that if we make our voices heard enough, they will listen to us and eventually release Titanfall 3 sometime in the future, because at the end of the day, EA and Respawn, they're businesses. They're out there to make money. If they see that Titanfall 3 can make them lots of money, they will be more than happy to jump at that opportunity. So we just have to keep making our voices heard, keep telling them we want Titanfall 3, and I think if we keep doing that, if we keep pushing them to make the game, it will one day become a reality. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that Titanfall 3 will ever be released? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.